Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Hi, Jay. Let me know, guys, where you're dialing in from. Hi, Sibella from Boston. Lovely. How is the day going so far? Hey, Maureen. My favorite country, Ireland. Hi, Jess. Sweden, great. I was in Stockholm a few years ago. I loved it. How is the day so far? And let me know in the comments what are the 3 things you're grateful for. Hi, Nicola from UK. Lovely. Are you guys new to me or have you been to the other lives? Hi, Vicky. Love the fall colors. It's amazing, beautiful, isn't it? Grateful for partner, family, cozy bed. Love that. My sunshine, using my gifts to help other. I love that. That's so celebrating your gifts. We'll just give a moment. Has anyone been in the Akashic Records before? Grateful for today, my vision, a great Boston Marathon today. Only watched. Hey, Juan from New Zealand. No, never. First time. Hey, Christina from Ireland. Oh my God, 2 Irish. How awesome is that? 700 mine for me, but I haven't gotten in myself. Cool. First time, Kathy. Perfect. I love the first timers. Hey, Julie. Welcome back. How is the day going so far? Grateful for my child, home, ability to feel love. Okay, first time. Great, great. This is awesome. So for those who are new to me, my name is Srimanju. I'm here in Washington State, but moved from Ireland 2 years ago. Been there for 18 years. I absolutely love, and I'm so excited to have 2 Irish there. So I'll do the lives generally Monday to Friday and bring Akashic Records, angels, mindfulness, and some of the tools and the tips that I have been acquiring for the past 12 years of my spiritual awakening. And yeah, that is my journey. I'm also author of Connect Your Inner Guide, Hey House. I'm going to have a new set of lives going from the book in the coming days. So watch out for that space for those who are usually coming on live with me. So today's topic is a bit deeper and also so gifted as well that we all can access our own Akashic records. So to begin with, what are Akashic records? We always use the term of library, a storage space and everything. Like, it's not physically anywhere, but if you think about, they are within us, they are around us in the ether everywhere, that we always tap into knowingly, unknowingly, through our meditations, through shamanic drumming, through journeying, or through a particular meditation, or through the sleep as well. We generally do tap into, and deep down in our soul we know what this place is like that we access into. So what have we got in the records? We have got every information about our soul since it has incarnated, with every thought we are thinking about. The things that has happened in the past are going to happen in the future with all the possibilities. Everything is being recorded in this. So how is that beneficial to access it? Think about, like, we are, from time to time we get into that crossroads in our lives where we don't know which path to go forward, and really like a oracle card, or like we need a sign to see in, like which is our closer to our purpose, our destiny, and we need some signs, right? We always ask for the universe, hey, show me a sign if this job is good for me, or going here is good for me, so these informations are there. And also things like, are we in a repeated patterns? Are we attracting life partners who are abusive, or are not empathic, or doesn't help us in our progressive nature? It could be anything that we are constantly seeing repeated patterns, or say, for example, the male hierarchy repeated patterns, or a female line of repeated patterns that we are seeing. And here is the answers we do get, like why is it we are in that cycle of things, and those kind of informations as well, or health issues. How can I heal myself, or how can I feel better, and why am I feeling like this since I'm born, or since I can remember? Do you feel the dark phases are lasting longer, that you don't feel inspirational? And the reasons of deep down whys is where this information can really bring us into the surface and help us to move forward. And when we know that kind of information, why it is happening, it makes our life easier to accept or to detangle and step forward, right? My main why has begun good few years ago, like over 2 decades ago. Like, why am I here? Why am I on earth? What am I bringing here? And at the time I was just like being a student and working and doing everything like any normal person would do, but like didn't know where else to tap into that information. Would have been gone to the psychics and tried to get the informations, but I didn't get a clarity until I came into the records and understood, like, why am I here? What is that I'm bringing here? And what are my challenges? What is my package? How I can get better? Are you having any phobias or any fears that you're holding up? You want to know why? Or you are having a challenging relation with your children or parents? You need to why? This is the information that we have. So before we were incarnating as a souls, we have written down our soul contracts. Has anyone watched this movie by Pixar, Soul? That's a good one, to give you a depth of it. So our soul contracts we have written before we were incarnating, saying like, hey, these are my soul tribe, these are my soul family. I'm going to be incarnating here in this time, and you're going to be pressing my buttons, making life tougher. And also some other people are going to come and help us. So we make that soul contract again, who is going to be part of it and help us as well to move forward. And so that makes life easier, as long as we do have challenges, but also we'll make sure we have those easier things as well. If you ever notice, none of our challenges are there for too long, or we always found that silver lining because of our contracts that we made. Or have you ever noticed that you move to a place or a country and you see a new dimension of things are challenging up, right? And that is interesting to know as well, or to identify ourselves, like, what is this loop I am in? So these are the deep kind of answers are going to be revealed here. And we see our life from a 360 degrees angle, or I say bird's eye view. I love the Empire State Building, which I always use as a reference here. So right now we are seeing the life from maybe say from ground floor or 10th floor, But here we are going to see life from the top floor and or the penthouse, and you get to see everything like the maze, and you know how to navigate out of the loops that we are in and conquer our fears or our concerns and get a good grip and understand or just heal on that. Knowingness itself is healing. In majority of the times we don't see ourselves moving forward in our life because the untanglement, the unknowingness from our past hasn't been really understood, or we haven't sat with it and moved forward. So that is again other thing that you need to be aware of. Are you with me? Do you get like a grip of what this place is going to be like? So this is going to be a fun place, definitely. Everyone is welcome in the records. Like, generally some people say, am I allowed? Can I see it? Like, am I honored there? Of course, everyone's soul contracts are there. Everyone's Akashic records are there. We all can access it. And it's only some people do have a difficulty or trouble accessing it. Like anything, like meditation. Remember when you started meditating? I'm sure like you all meditate at this stage now, but when we began, like the very first, it was quite challenging because that muscle we haven't trained. So it was taking, even like if you set a timer for a minute, the minute would have seemed like an hour, and that's exactly happens even with any new skills that we train up ourselves with. I would say, like in this meditation, let's just take a deep breath, but I also will be guiding you, and being in the collective portal will help us to get access much easily as well. Hey, Nicole, welcome here. She's a wonderful insight teacher as well. Oh, you have watched The Soul. Isn't it wonderful movie? I love they did their best to give so much of information through that short movie. Hi, Peter from Washington State. Oh, lovely. Noel, I have tried a few times to access the records, but I haven't had success yet. Hopefully today. Yes, fingers crossed. Hopefully today. Hey, Damla. Yeah, now before getting into the records, think about what is that you want to know today. Where do you see yourself life is not going forward? Where do you see yourself life is being difficult with you right now? Think about it. Life is not supposed to be difficult for us. We make it difficult for ourselves, and we need to really take those layers off and see what are we missing, where are we burying ourselves, like that we are not seeing the rays at the end of the tunnel, and recheck with ourselves. So this is a good space to check in with ourselves. Are we truly investing in ourselves in the right place, even and that's so important to reevaluate ourselves and give ourselves the 100% to move forward. And once you tap into the records, you get the guidance. What can you do with it? It's a human will. We have a choice. And our choice is the ultimate. So we can say, yes, I want to go forward, or no, I don't want to do this. It's a hard work. Before even I published my first book, the book writing has been in my agenda, in my energy field since like 2012. Everyone around me started saying that, all the readers, friends, everyone started saying, you have a book in you, you have a book in you. But I had a fear too, so I chose not to do it. Until 2015, I said okay, let me give it a try. In 2017, I had my book published, exactly 9 months from writing to getting it published. But only with the help of the records, it made it so easier that I could conquer my fears and work on it. And I realized fears we all hold on to. Fear is another thing that we need to embrace and make it move forward rather than hold us back. You're afraid, you're fearful, only something when it's exciting. You're not going to be afraid or fearful driving to the same place every single day, right? Going to usually grocery stores that you go to, you're not going to be afraid of anything. You will just drive even like eyes closed. Of course, you're not going to do that, but that easy it's going to be. But if it's a new route, you're going to double check where you're going. Have you punched the address right? And have you looked over the maps? Is this the right destination? You do check in yourself, right? And exactly that's what's going to happen now. And in the records, how do you get the access? You get the access through like visions. For me, sometimes it's a movie, like a movie being played. Sometimes it could be a black and white movie, or the voices being heard, or some music lyrics as well, or the papers, like a PowerPoint presentation, or through the papers, scrolls, or like a book itself. Again, not a physical book, it's all energetic ones. And sometimes the floppy disk as well, so it's always interesting. Whatever we are easier to listen by, we see that through. That is something that you need to be aware of. Your own strength will be the way that you will be receiving this information. Say, for example, you're a very visual person, you will be seeing it visually. If you wanted to, if you're a hearing person, you will be hearing with subtle voices. But if you're a visual person, initially, hearing could be a little harder, so maybe they won't be showing it. Again, saying that maybe you're just opening up, tapping up, and something new is going to happen. So be very open to receiving this information and seeing how you feel about it. And there is no right and wrong of it. And of course, if something exciting, something very positive comes in, we deny, because we say like, I'm not worthy it, I can't see myself doing this, I may not be in my records even, and we deny it. But I would say, like, write it down, have your journal handy, write it down and see how it's going to happen later on. I exactly knew my book cover and what the name would be even in 2012, and I wasn't even surprised when the Hay House guys didn't even change the name of my book, because a lot of my friends who were authors, they did say, oh, don't worry, they'll change the names, or they'll change the context, or they will redefine it, for their marketing purposes and everything. I said, like, whatever, the highest good will happen, and nothing was changed at all. So again, you have this information so right all the time, but as a humans, we don't accept it. We try to look for something is best for others, not for me. Again, that is an inner child thing. Again, we can find out in the records as well. Do we have any holdbacks from our inner child as well? So all the informations are there. But going into the sea without knowing the destination doesn't help us. So think about, what are your intentions? What are your intentions for today's meditation? Where do you see you need some guidance and support today? So that will be our first step to get into. So drop in your questions if you want to. I can help you with rephrasing, or just even being aware, you're talking to the universe. Think about it, as some of your questions might be someone else's questions as well. And that for sure, I know, we all got a story. The essence is the same, but different stories, that's it. But at the end, it's all the same matrix we are in. Was writing a book something you wanted to do as a child, or did it pop up later? Always as a child, Nicole, I wanted to write, but I didn't know book writing was my thing. I used to write diaries, journals, even as a young child, but then used to tear up, I would start in Jan, and coming up to March or April, I would be tearing those pages off just in case my brother would read and make fun of me. And there were some of the sad, lonely times as well where I would choose to write, but then again, I was afraid to express it out in case someone gets hurt, so I used to tear it up. But so that's again a denial that who will listen to me or who will read it. I was never confident about it, even when it came to me writing actually a book. Journaling and art were my best companions even as a child. So how are you guys doing? Is that all making sense on the Akashic Records? Are you good with the thought there? Love of my work, got my dream shop, land got very greedy, let it go. Feel exhausted and let my motivation. That is very hard, Anon, to let it go, your dream. That's a good question to ask, what is the lesson you had to learn here, and what are the next steps you need to take. So that will help you to what has happened, to be showing up, and how you can take in charge of yourself. At this stage, it might sound unreal, but on a different scale, if you think about, why did the landlord even get greedy? Why did I get into this challenge in this contract? Where is that my lessons are in this story here? What am I supposed to learn? And sometimes seeing the things from the same angle may not help us. We definitely need to raise our vibrations and see from a different angle. And when I say that, like the ground floor people have a different view of the landscape. The third floor has a different view, and the 10th floor has a different view. And as we change our views to the situations, we get an understanding about it. No motivation left. All right, okay, let's ask in the records. How do I bring my motivation back? What can I do there? Of course, you would have tried everything you could, but sometimes it could be just one thing they will share that you might have not done, or a new perspective they might give you. Saying that in one of the readings, this person wanted to bring a peace in the house, and in the records it came up as she needs to put up rainbow colors of things in her kitchen. And immediately she denied, no, I can't do it. My family wouldn't agree that. And so we tuned into records again and asked, how can she implement this if this is the guidance that is coming up? And then they said, definitely something has to be there that will be beaming into the rainbow things. And as I said, beaming in rainbow colors in the kitchen, immediately she said, oh my God, I have this Swarovski crystal. I'm going to place it up and let the rainbow colors fall into the room so it doesn't obstruct anyone and nobody's going to object it. And she did that. And after a few weeks, the shift happened and everyone is in more harmony and a balance in their house. So the things that we do think are a blocks, or the things that we think, I've done it but I don't get anything out of it, still I will say be open with it. Yes, I see now. I'm glad I didn't go through as he'd have got first. Yes, I want it back. Yes, definitely. Should our question be general or specific? Does it matter? Specific is good. I always like specific. Then you know exactly where the guidance is coming in. Even with my one-to-one readings, I always share pre-read details about sample questions I share and say, like, this is an idea. You can come with it. And even before the reading, I'll ask them, what are your questions? If they're not specific, I'll just make sure they are specific. So you go back with actually having some concrete information related to the question, and you can check in around how the things are shifting with the scenario that you thought about. And as of now, if you think about it, if you really focus what is so valuable, one thing will be there. One thing will be there, definitely. Where are the Akashic records located? Are they on earthy grade, or are they located cosmically, or neither? Kate, I would say they are everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere, like, as in space, ether, like the energy that you're breathing into, even like, that is the record space. How do you do telepathy? Has anyone done telepathy? You think about someone and someone messages you. How do you do that? It's through your mind. It's through your intention of connecting, and you're being connected, and that's the most important thing. It is like connecting with past lifetimes. Yes. The only difference that I have found is I have done or got past life regressions, where the person will be guiding you, and with the scenario, they'll be reading the script and you'll be going through it and you'll be seeing visual. You will be doing the work and bringing it out. but usually like meditation is slightly different. But in a reading, the reader will give you the information that totally will make sense to you, and where you'll feel, that totally makes sense. Or a scenario the reader might share that only you would know, nobody else. Or a very much like from childhood, something they will be sharing that you will be knowing it. Yeah. And in the past lifetimes, you don't see the future possibilities. Here, the future possibilities are shown as well. I like that, Sibella. Maybe Anand would start an Etsy store. Yeah. And now, with the whole pandemic, lots of new ideas are coming up. Did learn a lesson. Just checking, did I miss anyone? Maybe it's some sort of a lesson in endurance which makes you stronger, Anna. I love the support for each other. Hey Java from Connecticut. I have also had bad luck with the partners I chose in business. The passion is still there, just learning who to put my trust into. Perfect. That's a good question. I would like to know if I should pursue my vision. Don't want to waste time. If I should continue with my vision. So this kind of a question, like should or shouldn't, is generally not recommended for Akashic Records, because there is no shoulds. They generally don't tell us exactly what we have to do. They give us a possibilities of things that where we would be seeing ourselves going towards into the path that we have made a contract with, saying like, all right, another example that I'll share here is in 2013, 2014, in OneNote document, I have put up some vision board things for a house that I wanted to. Very idealistically, like, exactly like what I wanted my home to be. It's not that I wasn't happy in the home that I was in, but like in my vision, like, this kind of a home I would love, where I open my window, I can see the nature. I can get up and see the trees, like, that kind of a thing that I was putting up. And having the children separate rooms, and where they would be having space to decorate their own rooms, because at the time they were sharing the same room. And again, these are all the things that I was putting up from my heart, just was getting excited to it and doing it. And absolutely, there was not a chance whenever like we weren't looking for a house change or anything. We were exactly happy. It was close to the beach, exactly what we wanted at the time. And that was 2013, 2014. And early this year, I was opening up those OneNote pages, and I was checking those houses that I was putting up, the pictures. And I couldn't believe, like, I just had to scream and call my husband and said, look here, each of the rooms that we currently have here in Seattle is exactly the same, even including the dining table furniture that I was putting in, the kitchen, the direction to the window, and everything was spot on to what I was having it up, like, and this is how, again, like, when we are saying, like, at the time, even if the records would have said, like, there is a possibility of you, I wouldn't have agreed with it, because it didn't happen in Ireland with having such a landscape closer to the workplace. Like, it can come to us anytime, as long as you have the same intention. And saying this is not a great example in the years that it took to come, but ideally it did happen. That's the whole faith, to have it. Things can happen faster or slower depending on how we are towards our goals, how we are tuned up into what we want in our life, and that will be a good one, rather than like, hey, which direction should my path will lead to my soul purpose, is a good one. And how do I get to that path? Show me the steps I need to take. Send me the people. Whom should I meet? All these will be a good ones to ask. So you get the context there. Manifesting comes years later. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it happens quicker as well. And I know where this couldn't have happened there, because such a home closer to the workplace was tougher, and with the budget, with the finances, we don't want to be in debt, so we were calculating as well, so we didn't take any hasty step that would be making us feel sorry about it. And that way we had to hold on, but like that dream, that ignite in the heart was there. That's the most important thing. And here, when we were looking for the homes, we didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about it. I was very practical in thinking, like, hey, where do I want the place? Like, I wanted a separate room for my work, as I didn't want to rent out for my business as I was doing in Ireland. So that was my only intention. I had it. I'm not intending now, in emotionally exhausted now. So Anand, maybe you can just go into the meditation and see whatever the guidance for you to be received today, you're receiving it. And when I say the guidance that way, energy work is being done as well. Energy work, as in, say for example, in 1 to 10 scale, 10 being the very tired energy, very exhausted energy. We are saying 9 or 8 or 10 even, like, after the meditation from the Akashic Records, generally we'll come back to, like, 3, 4. That's kind of a scale shift happens as well, because physically we are being cleansed and healed as well. And that is where I really, really love these readings, is it's not only just a reading, it's also a healing place. So guys, do watch out how you're going to receive the healing as well, and how you're going to change, feel, and your body to be picking up on those things as well. So let's get into the meditation. Hope you got your intentions right. And first thing first, think about, we are having some fun time. So no pressure on like getting it right. I need to be super clear. I need to be super good at it. No, we are only like having fun and seeing. So you're not having any pressure, any burden to get it. And when you least expect things to happen. So here a little smudge for all your energies. And just feel the energies all around you to be cleansed as we get into the beautiful records. Thank you, Anand. So as you... Alright, I'm just going to play some music. So you can relax or lie back, or sitting comfortably with your spine straight is what I would recommend. Take a nice deep breath into your belly, breathing in and breathing out. Closing your eyes gently, getting comfortable into the place that you're sitting or lying down. Setting your intentions. Breathing in and breathing out. As you're breathing in, you're sending in peace and calmness. And as you're breathing out, you're releasing any tightness or tensions in your body energetically. Take another deep breath. And breathe out. With your next in-breath, bring your attention to the soles of your feet. Feel the energy passing through the soles of your feet into the Mother Earth, through beautiful golden roads coming out of your feet and flowing in through all the layers and into the core of the earth. And there you notice a beautiful amethyst crystal shining its light. And these roots are gently wrapping around to the crystal, anchoring you and charging you up. And now breathe that beautiful energy of the crystal through your golden roots, traveling up through the layers, up, cleansing your Earth Star Chakra, which is 12 inches below your feet, and gently coming in contact with your feet, the golden roots. Feel the tingle sensations, heat or cold. Now cleansing your feet energetically, flowing through your ankles, shin, calf muscles, knees, thighs, and breathe it into your root chakra, cleansing your root chakra. Gently breathing it into your sacral, your navel chakra, your solar plexus, into your heart center. Visualize a beautiful light shining around your heart center, and this beautiful light is tuning into an infinity symbol, protecting you. And taking another deep breath, notice a beautiful white column of light coming down from the source. Down, 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 and gently coming through your stellar gateway chakra, your soul star chakra, causal chakra, and gently into your crown. Feel the tingle sensations. Feel the energy flowing through your crown, the back of your neck, into your third eye, into your throat, and gently getting in, merging with your heart center and merging with the infinity sign, and creating this beautiful protection portal all around your auric field, in the room that you're in the building that you're in. Breathe that beautiful energy. I'm invoking your guardian angel, circle of light, Archangel Michael, spirit guides, spirit animal, your ancestors, to be here to protect you. And visualize Archangel Michael's beautiful blue cloak of protection all around you as you begin your journey. Taking a deeper breath. As you're breathing in, you're noticing your body is relaxing, your mind is getting calmer, and just you notice your in-breath, the air going in and out. And with the next breath, you notice you're by a lake, a beautiful scenery. You notice the butterflies and the dragonflies around the lake. The weather is warmer, the sun is shining, the water is still. And you notice there is no one else near the lake. It's very much a private place for you. And you go into the lake, dip your feet, have some fun times, connecting to the water, bringing that little inner child out, being playful with the water. And as you just look around, you notice there is this beautiful portal, a golden door, and that's inviting you to come closer. You come out of the lake and you walk towards the golden door. Just like that beautiful magical Narnia, you open the door and you're in a beautiful space where you're being invited into this room by your circle of light beings, all your loved ones, all your guides, your angels, archangels, saints. They're all so cheerful to have you here. They're all celebrating you coming up. And you notice there is beautiful neon light shining. And if you look closer, it's your name there, written with the neon lights. It's inviting you to go inside the room and just look around what's there. Like a little child, noticing the books, the scrolls, the television, the projector, the computer, all the mediums where you can gather the information. And with your intentions, you're looking around these mediums and you ask your guides, your masters, record keepers, to give you a book or a scroll or a medium through which you can understand further and deeper about your soul contracts, about the questions that you have come in with. And at the corner of the place, you notice there is this beautiful amethyst chair and a table. Go over and sit there. And your guides bring over the medium through which you will be retrieving the information to your table. You get excited, you're holding the medium closer to your heart, breathing deep and breathing out. This place has all the information about your soul. So much from the past, so much from the present, and so much more from the future. And just look around the circle of beings who are around you. Do you recognize them? Have you seen them before? And now again coming back into the medium that you have. Taking a deeper breath, opening up your medium, and just see the message. It could be written with the ink. It could be written on a blank page where you need to have a special magnifying glass to read through the words, or you are hearing the information, or the information is being projected on the movie. And don't be afraid to ask more open questions to your masters to give you further guidance. What can you do to make things easier? What are your lessons here to be learned? Ask them what are the next steps that you need to do or take to be progressive. Ask your masters to show you a scenario where this issue or the problem has arisen, where these repeated patterns are coming from, which lifetime is that from. Ask your masters to show you the future possibilities. And what are the lessons you need to learn? What are the things you need to understand? And ask, is there any other information that will be valuable for you right now to understand the scenario? Let them share. Ask your masters to heal you from the situations and help you to move forward with their guidance. And ask them what is the next step you can do to bring peace. Now, with all that information, taking a deeper breath and knowing that your masters, your guides, they're always going to hold a space for you, and you can come back here anytime you wish to. And thanking the masters for sharing this valuable information. And holding the medium closer to your heart, feeling grateful to be able to understand and process later on or through your sleep. Handing the medium back to your spirit guides, to your record keepers, and walking around the room, feeling more calmer and more excited and with more energy. Taking a deeper breath and saying goodbyes to your circle of light beings, your ancestors, loved ones, angels, archangels, elemental beings. And coming out of the door and knowing that you can always be back here to this wonderful lake. And you look around the lake and you notice this beautiful rainbow shining. And with your next in-breath, you're back into your body, back into the room that you're in. Feeling the connection back into your physical body and in with your chakras. Breathing in and breathing out. And slowly, to the count of 7 to 1, becoming aware of your body. 7, 6, 5. Gently wiggling your toes, your fingers. 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly opening your eyes when you're ready. Taking a deeper breath. And as you're breathing into your body, feel the connection into your feet. And visualize those beautiful golden roots, the infinity sign around your heart center, and the protection all around you from Archangel Michael. And breathing in. Let that energy flow. And slowly coming back to the consciousness. Taking a little stretch and stomping your feet on the ground. And have some water. Welcome back, everyone. Let me know in the comments if you noticed anything you heard or you felt. Any changes in your physical body that you noticed. And sometimes the guidance could be encrypted, that we may need to decode it through the symbols, or sometimes it just still flows in through our dreams as well. So do watch out your dreams or any articles that you read later that might catch your attention, or some other stuff that is totally making sense to what you have seen or felt in the energy. Moved my head and felt a drop earring, although I only stars. That's interesting. Saw bright yellow smoke rolling around. It was beautiful. Oh, that's interesting. Is that related to both of you, to your questions that you went in with? Got tired. Yeah, I do hear that people do get tired. In a way, it is like we are readjusting, we are realigning ourselves, and that is the energy of the tiredness and sleepy. So that's perfectly fine. Drink water. If it's your bedtime or closer to it, just take it easy and sleep. As you're still processing the information, it's like realigning. Definitely that's big shift happening up. Not sure, but I love the idea of the yellow smoke coming. I'm visualizing as a neon yellow. Guess all the clearance from the inner child or the creative stuff coming out. To be more in doing things rather than consuming. I felt it was at a different time period, as the drop earrings was really heavy. Wow. Tapped into some post-life portals. Very powerful experience for me with good information. That's wonderful, Leslie. That's wonderful. Glad it's making sense to you. Yes, creative energy. Yeah, if I had a good opportunity come to me and I didn't take it, how can I use manifesting to make it come back again? And even think about, like, is that really good for you right now? Is that what you really wanted from your deep down? And I've noticed situations that when we get it, we don't do it due to our own human fears, but later on it comes back again and in a better way. So be open to manifesting again from that energy of like, I truly deserve it, I'm truly ready for it, and that energy will be bigger, brighter when it comes back to you, better than even the last time. Thank you so much, Leslie, for your donation. That means a lot. Thank you, Maureen, for your donation. Very grateful for you guys. My throat was tight, felt the need to sigh out on the in-breath. That's a release. Like, if you do notice that are you a person who holds back from sharing your feelings, or the things that really matter that you don't feel comfortable in sharing, throat is the one thing that gets affected to us. But also there is a past lifetime that has been released where we have been punished, it could be, or we would have been like choked or hanged as well in some cases. Sorry if it's too sensitive for you guys, but it does happen in our many lifetimes, like, and that's the reason most of us right now in this, being as a healer, empath, light workers, we do struggle to speak our truth. I always remember that choke feeling, having tonsils, and not able to say things, and I would gulp it down, and so painful it used to be. And until I realized as a healer how we have been holding up and been punished in the past lifetimes, which I didn't even know at the time, but only tapping into the records, it helped me to understand and open up and embrace those gifts deeply into my soul. And that made me like, oh, I can speak my truth, and I'm living in a different lifetime, and bringing it out now fully and able to speak up with clarity as well. And that is definitely a big shifter. And I have to tell you guys, like, I was doing the Reiki, teaching Reiki level 1 over the weekend, and it always puts me onto that wow thing, because like 12 years ago when my master said I'll be teaching Reiki, I said like, no way I'm going to be a teacher. And I actually said that, and because I always had this thought about like, teacher, me, no way, I don't have the confidence, I don't even know what I'm going to teach. And I didn't even see that future. Within 30 days, things changed afterwards. After doing Reiki master level, using the master symbol, things shifted and changed so much. I was so glad she said that, and it changed everything. Even though at the time I didn't believe, and my throat chakra got better. I don't need to take any antibiotics as a result. Like, yes, saying that, I do have difficulty if I have to go to my family sometimes and speak up what I need to. Even when I was quitting my day job as a project manager, I was like, oh my god, how do I share this with my dad? Will he understand me or not? I was having difficulty, and of course he doesn't understand it. And but it doesn't stop me from sharing my thoughts, and in a better way as well. So throat is one of the major things. As a healers, as empaths, light workers, we all do get affected. So be open to that. Hi Sadik, good to see you here. Thank you so much for your donation. He's a wonderful, my favorite Insighttimer teacher. I think many of you know him. He comes online in the mornings. A guide that has a dog's head. That's an interesting one. Different thoughts came to me, so I spontaneously wrote them down, journaled as they come. That is wonderful, Vicky. Like, definitely that is a good one to write down, because they may not make sense. It's like a little puzzles, or that we need to be sitting with it and again go back into the records, and you'll be having more layers added to it, and you will understand further deeper things. Yeah. I used to write journals at the time. I used to not even understand as going into the records, and even I still have them. It's only like writing my second book now, I'm exploring those journals. Oh, that makes sense now. And and amazing things are coming up, like it's revealing, but at the time it didn't make sense, but yet still write it down. You'll be surprised after months when you re-look into your journals. There are amazing things that will be coming out. Journals are my best friend. I love to treat myself with a good fountain pen and the journals. My donation stopped going through from Apple, so not sure what's going on with IT has fixed the glitch. Yeah, do check with IT guys, Annan. I think they're having some glitches with the finances, the payments coming through. I did flag to them. Should I punish myself for being stupid? What is that? Did I miss a question there, Java? I'm not sure if messages came through, as I really didn't see anything, but a few colors or feel anything specific, I think. Sometimes the messages may not be exactly like a words that do come up. It could be by the colors that still feel okay. By the body changes as well, they would be coming up. So like, if you have a stiff neck or a back pain or a health, some discomforts, you would notice that they're getting better. Or right now, if nothing else, even the peace of mind, the calmness, just like after Reiki session, if you ever had energy work, you would be feeling that. But I have noticed many people do notice after in the dreams as well, like, they would be sensing the information coming in. I thought of being hanged too, was in hanged man position like the tarot card. Can't believe you said that. Yes, that's so right, Robbie. We all have been there. Yeah. Recently, I have been, a few months ago when I was teaching level 2 Akashic Records. So I was doing in the group, like we'll be opening up the records and everything. One of the ladies, she got this hanged feeling, and literally her throat was at a discomfort. And she used to have trouble with her creativeness or expressions. So we did the work of clearing it up and checking out, and you know what, she wrote everything down from the records as she was channeling in, and she searched in now about the witches, about the trials and everything, the Salem witches, and that all made sense to her, which she wouldn't have agreed before. And she's into finance, so it's not like very much logical as well to make sense. But she did a lot of Google search, and it's just like a jaw drop moment. It made sense to her. And now she is such an amazing at her creative portal. Like, she never saw that inner child having fun, playing with the colors and everything. And at many times she's inspiring me as well into my things that I'm so rigid in my journal work, and where mixed media is a tough challenge for me to use. So it's amazing how we just drop into that and take those layers off as we open our creative portal of speaking up or even expressing ourselves. Thank you, Sadik. My pleasure to be here. So as me. Thank you so much, Nicole, for your donation. Thank you. I love this. Beautiful to have your friends and your soul tribe here, making that connection and getting to know. And one thing that I definitely realized is we all have a story for a reason that makes us be our strength. I would have struggled 13 years ago to say I was having arthritis at 28, 29. And if there is any older woman before me at a train station to open the gate, I couldn't open. I would be so embarrassed, to even say my hands are painful, I can't do this for you. I would be hiding and really struggling to do it. I didn't have the confidence to say I'm suffering with it and not able to talk about it. But after the healing journey, after all the wise me at that time and how could I lead like life and everything changing, now I don't mind, because you have healed that part of you, and now you don't mind expressing it and seeing, because you have come out of that space or the tunnel where you didn't see the light at the time. Now you're seeing the light so others can follow it. And as in this journey, I realized, being on to many of the speakers, talking, hearing everyone, like, we all got that dark story or where we didn't see the light, and coming out of it, such a bliss. And we need to accept where we are, but also be hopeful, have faith that we also can come out of it. It doesn't mean that we have only one story that can come, like, there could be another dark night of the soul happening in our lives, but know that you can come out of it. Have that faith, have that hope within yourself. As definitely 100% I can say is, when we wrote our contracts as having challenges, but also having the gifts to come out of it. Like, in a maze, you get in, you get out as well. In labyrinth, you have a in and out. So definitely when there is an in to a deep place, there is out as well. Have that confidence. It could take time until we totally go around and come out. In labyrinth, you definitely need to go from the start to the finish. You can't have a shortcuts. Maze, some of the mazes might have shortcuts, but not all the places. Like, definitely the journey has to be done. And now I'm super, super grateful for those years of suffering, because if without that I wouldn't have been here. And definitely there is not even one single day I would like to change. I totally accept that every part of it. But in my 20s, I used to think, oh, I want to change all my teenage life. I just want to rewrite everything. I want to wake up one morning and just write a new chapter in my life. But of course, that doesn't happen. You need to embrace somehow and get forward, which I didn't know we can do that. But saying that, now definitely I know. And you all can do it as well. How are you guys feeling? Lighter? How is the energies around you? Do you feel a bit lightheaded or a bit relaxed? Or is it all making sense? I'm doing it this hour after a long time. Usually would be the morning hours that I would do. Yeah. Definitely watch out for those good night of a sleep or a deep sleep. Some of you, I don't know, if you do astral travel, that could be fun as well. If anyone is into trying this further, there is this herb you can take as a herbal tea and do the journeying. I have some tracks for the getting into Akashic Records. It's on my profile that you can check out. A friend of mine, she introduced me to this herb called mugwort, mugworth, I think. It's a plant-based. All you need to do is few leaves. So if you have fresh ones or dried herb, and stew as like a tea, herbal tea, and drink before you are going into the journey, maybe half an hour before, and your journey will be beautiful, deeper. Or it's also good for your dreamy nights as well. Or some people do use as a smudge in their bedrooms for having a clear night of a sleep, or some good experiences as well to come up, maybe from different planets or from different places, so that would be good. Annan, I don't have it right now. Maybe next time I'll bring it down. It's upstairs. Yeah. Mugwort, that's right. Has anyone tried that? It's my Irish friend who introduced me to that. It's totally worth it. Leslie, much lighter and relaxed. Awesome. So guys, if you're new to me, you can follow me. And when you said put it on screen, you meant right. Okay. You can follow me, and so you get the updates of when the next lives come in. There is one tomorrow as well, so you can click attend to get a reminder 10-15 minutes before the event goes on, so which is quite handy no matter what you're doing. So you'll get a little pop-up reminder there. And yeah, very much appreciated for your donations. If you feel drawn to something made sense, you can click on the donation button. That helps me and the Insight Timer as well. Super grateful for these guys to bring this platform to make us connected here, and make the collective family here in the matrix, yeah, where we all get to know and understand each other with no filters. Definitely. And also you can listen to the tracks and leave a review. That will help as well. Thank you, Maureen. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Sibella. Thank you so much, guys. Any other thoughts? Anything else before we log off? Any other observations? Thank you, Nick. Yeah, there is a circle if you want to join. And let me know if you want to bring this topic, or within the Akashic Records, some other topics. We did a couple of times the relationships, the soul contracts, karmic things. So we can do those meditations and get to know on where we are finding a little hurdles and untie those. As said, meditation is one way of getting into the records. There are many other ways that we can get into the records as well. I usually teach through a prayer that we can go in, or some people do it by shamanic drumming or journeying, and meditations is one way as well. But having something that you're consistently going, you will understand this place is existing, that you recognize it, you have been here. And that brings a lot of deeper knowing to who we are as well. As talking about the throat chakra, all that, I can feel the change and shift, like deep healing coming in. I can feel my throat going hoarse. Soul contracts, yes, I'll schedule that in the coming days, Leslie. And if anyone is interested in the course, learning how to read your own records, check out. I'm going to teach in 2 weeks' time. So if that's something that you're drawn to, check the bio. You'll have that information. There is a 25% off discount for early booking, which ends in 4 days. So you can tune in there. So thank you guys for being here and being part of this beautiful family. And looking forward to see you again. And tomorrow we are going to do the compassion meditation, I think at 3:30 tomorrow. So until then, take care, stay safe, and do something that's exciting. Be in your creative flow, or bring joyness into your life. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Namaste. Thank you, Yvonne. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.